Take a variable M. Okay, na? M. Get the first salary. Get the what? First salary. Get the first salary. Assign the first salary to M. Initialize M with first salary. Get the second salary. So what is M now? At present, M is how much? 800. M is 800. Get the second salary. Second salary. Compare the second salary with M. Compare the salary with M. So tell me, salary greater than M? Salary greater than M. Salary how much? 1600. M is 800. 1600 is greater than M. Yes. Assign 1600 to M. Assign 1600 to M. Next one. Get the third salary. A third salary greater than M? No. Then don't assign. Fourth salary greater than M? Yes. Assign salary to M. Now what is the salary? 2975. Next, get the next salary. 3000. 3000 greater than M? Yes. Assign 3000 to M. Get the 5000. Assign 5000 to M. So finally, what is M contains? 5000. What is 5000? Maximum. That's all. This is the logic. So tell me how to implement this logic. How to implement this logic? Then so what? Declare what's that? C1 cursor for select salary from EMP. Declare C1 cursor for salary from EMP. Declare the variables also. Declare what's that variable? What is the variable? At the rate salary, money type, at the rate max, M. Let's say money type. So I taken two variables. Open cursor. Get the first salary, assign to M. Fetch. Next from C1 into at the rate M. So what I'm doing, fetching the first salary is assigned to M. Okay, next. Now get the second salary. Get the what? Take a while loop. Take while loop. At the rate fetch status equal to 0. This is common. Next one, begin. Then so fetch the second salary. Fetch the second salary. How? Fetch next from C1 into at the rate what's her? Sal. Sir, what is M? First salary. What is at the rate sal? Second salary. Compare the salary. Suppose if salary greater than M, salary greater than M, then what? If salary greater than M, then salary is greater than M. If salary is greater than M, assign this salary to M. Set at the rate what's sir? M equal to at the rate salary. And so that first time, what is M? 800. What is the salary? 1600. 1600. 1600 is greater than 800. Yes. What is M? 1600. Next one. Again, this loop is continued. Fetch statement fetches next salary. What is the next salary? 1250. So 1250 is greater than 1600? No. Then M is not changed. M remains same, 1600. Again, loop is continued. Fetch statement fetches next one. 2975. 2975 is greater than 1600? Yes. What is assigned to M? 2975. Again, loop is continued. Fetch statement fetches next one. 3000. 3000 is greater than 2975? Yes. 3000 is assigned to M. Fetch statement fetches next one. 5000. 5000 is greater than 3000? Yes. What is assigned to M? 5000. Like this. This goes up to how many times? All the rows. Then once completed, then close C1. Next one, deallocate C1. But you have to print maximum salary. Where is the maximum salary? M. Print M. At the rate M. That's all. Sir, okay now? Then. So fetching one by one first salary bus. What is initialized? M is initialized with first salary. every time fetch the salary from cursor, compare the salary is greater than M or not. If salary greater than M, assign the salary to M. So in M, what we are keeping, always we are keeping the maximum value. Okay, then. Understood? Then 5,000. Okay, now? Then. Otherwise, what the another logic is? Okay, then. Sir, here, let's see, 1 second. Same code. In cursor, I'm storing like this. Order by salary descending. In cursor, how the values are stored? In cursor, the select query output is stored in cursor. In cursor, how the values are stored? Salary wise descending. What is the first value? Maximum. First value is maximum. Then what? Then get the first value. Open C1. Fetch. Next from C1 into at the rate M. Print what's it? At the rate M. Next close C1. Deallocate C1. Understood now? In cursor, how we are storing bars? In cursor, you are storing salary wise descending. Yes or no? You see, in cursor, you are storing salary wise descending. First value is maximum. So then fetch the first value, print, then close. That's all. We don't need second value because I'm asking only first maximum. That's all. This is another logic. Okay. Then next, you try for minimum. Like you can try now. Yes or no? Then so in this example, sir, in this example, what we calculated is you calculated only one particular student. In this example, you calculated only one particular student total average result. Earlier, in this example, you calculated only one particular student total average result. You entered the student number, yes, but not one student. My table contains 50 students. I want to calculate all the 50 students total average results. I want to calculate all the 50 students total average results. Okay, then what? Then, so take a cursor. If one student cursor is not required, 50 students means cursor is required. Take a cursor. What that is? Declare C1 cursor for select what? Student number, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 from student table. Yes or no? What data you want from this table? Your aim is to calculate all the students. Then suppose what is my program is, write a program to calculate what? All the students total comma average result and insert into result table. So this is my requirement. Okay, na? That. So these are the tables. Then because you want all the students, then cursor is required. Take the cursor, declare the cursor for select student number S1, S2 from student table. Next one. What is the next one? Declare the required variables. What variables are required? I need one variable for what's it? I need a variable for student number. I need a variable for student number. I need a variable for subject 1 marks. I need a variable for subject 2. I need a variable for subject 3. Plus I need variable for calculating what's the total average result. So these are the required variables. Why cursor? Because I'm going to calculate all the students, not one particular student. If it is one particular student, cursor is not required. But I'm going to calculate all the students. Cursor is required. Then what is the next one? Open the cursor. Open C1. When cursor is open, what happens? This query output is copied to the cursor. This query output is copied to the cursor. What is copied to the cursor? C1. Okay. What is copied to the cursor? C1. Then C1. What is copied to the cursor? Student table data. This is the student table data. So this data is copied to the cursor C1. But names are not copied. Names are not copied. Why? Names are not copied. Why? Because you see that query. In query, you are not selecting the names. You are selecting only number, subject 1, subject 2. Whatever data written by this query, that data is copied to the cursor. Next one. So first time, fetch the first record. Fetch the first record. All cursor programs same. Fetch the first record. Then how to fetch? Fetch next from C1 into. First time this fetch statement is executed, first record is fetched. This row is fetched. This row contains how many values? 4 values. Assign the first value to one variable. Then into. First value, assign this first value to one variable. Already you've taken a variable. At the rate SNBO. Second value. Assign this value to one variable. What is that variable? At the rate S1. Third value. Third value means subject to marks. Assign the subject to marks to one variable. Subject 3 marks to one variable. Okay, na? Take what's a while loop. At the rate fetch status equal to 0. Then begin. So what you know? You know first student marks. Calculate the first student marks. Calculate the first student total. Assign the total to this variable. How? Set at the rate total equal to what? At the rate S1, at the rate S2, at the rate S3. Total equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3. Then now total is calculated. Next, calculate the average. Assign the average to this variable. How? Set at the rate AVG equals to at the rate total by 3. Next one. Find the result. Result means pass fail. Result is based on condition. If at the rate S1 greater than or equals to 35, at the rate S2 greater than or equals to 35, at the rate S3 greater than or equals to 35, then what is the result? Set at the rate result equals to pass. Else result equals to fail. Result equals to fail. Every case statement should end with what? Here now okay. There is no begin, there is no need of end. So first student is completed. First student total is calculated, average is calculated, result. Insert into this table, result table. Then how? Insert into what? Result values. Then insert into result values. In the result table, what is the first column? Student number. Where is the student number? At the rate SNO. Next one, total. Where is the total? At the rate total. Average. At the rate average. Result. At the rate result. First student is completed. You calculated the total average result, insert into this table. Now get the second student. How to get the second student? Again, fetch. Again, fetch. So this fetch statement fetches second student. Condition true. Again, this is repeated. Fetch statement fetches third student. So this goes up to how many times? Depends on number of students. Once completed, then close and deallocate the cursor. That's all. Okay now? Okay. Now, so you want to test, you can test. But to test it, first check the tables are there or not. Select star from what? Student table. No. This is separate. Drop table what? Student. Create table what's it? Student. Student ID integer student name varchar of 10. Next one. Subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks, subject 3 marks. Okay, then so create the table, insert some one or two records, insert into student values 1A, 80, 90, 70. Student 2B, suppose 60, 50, 60, 50, some 40. Student 3C, 30, 50, 60. Okay, so I'm inserting this, then 3 rows affected. Create result table. Create the result table. Create table, what's the result? One field is student ID integer. Next one, total integer. Next one, average. Average is what's that? Decimal 5 comma 2. Next one, result, care of 4. Pass fail. So I'm creating this table. That's it. The two tables are what's that? Ready. Okay, now see the tables. Then now select star from student table, select star from result table. So the two tables are ready. Okay. Now run the program. So execute this program. Then okay. So execute this program. Then invalid column name student number. But in table I have taken student ID. I taken what? Student ID. Okay, now then understood. Variable names can be anything, but field names, okay. Variable name can be anything. You can take any name. Variable names then. Understood? Okay. Then run this. One row affected, one row affected, one row affected. Now see the table. So you see that total 240. 80 plus 90 plus 7, 240. Average 80, pass. 60 plus 50 plus 90 plus 60, 150, 50, pass. 30 plus 60, 80, 80 plus 60, 140, 140 by 3, 46, must fail. But why? Because one of the subject marks not greater than 35. That's why fail. Okay, now? Then that's so this is what's it like, accessing one by one row from student table, insert the data into result table. Access one by one record from student table, insert into result table. That's all. Okay. Next. So this is how to use cursor. Understood, na? Then next one. So what are the next topic? Hmm? So we just completed cursors. What are the next one? Error handling. Okay, there. Huh? You want any one or two examples, cursor? Hmm? Yes or no? Huh? Okay. Then, okay. Suppose in companies, okay, employees gets hike. That hike will not be same for all the employees. Hike will be different. Employee to employee, that percentage will be different. Suppose one table is there. EMP, what's a hike? Suppose employee hike. In this, there are two fields. Employee number, percentage. Which employee's salary should be incremented by how much percentage? The details are there in separate table. So then, suppose then, so this is employee number is what? 7369. So salary should be incremented by 10%. 7499. 7499. Salary should be incremented by 20. 7521. Salary should be incremented by 15. 7654. Salary should be incremented by 25 percentage. Like 7844, salary should be incremented by 30%, like this. So which employee's salary should be incremented by how much percentage? The details are there in another table. Understood? Then now what is this is? Write a program to increment what? Write a program to increment what's it? Employee salary. Write a program to increment employee salary based on the percentage in EMP hike table. Write a program to increment employee salary based on the percentage in EMP hike table. Okay, na? Write a program to increment employee salary based on the percentage in employee hike table. And then what? What? Hmm? So then you see this. What? Like here, one employer, you want to increment, you want to update one employer, multiple. Multiple. Then take cursor. So declare C1 cursor for what? Select what, sir? EMP and move percentage from EMP. Not EMP. What? EMP hike. Okay, now your aim is to update the salaries. But for updating the salaries, what data is required? Take the data into cursor. Always you have to take the required data into cursor. So this is the required data. This data should be taken into cursor. Next one. Take two variables. One variable is what? Employee number. One variable is what? Percentage. Two variables. Open cursor. Fetch what, sir? Next from C1 into fetch next from C1. First time what? First row is fetched. Copy these values to two variables. One variable to employee number, one variable to percentage. At the rate what? ENO. At the rate what, sir? Percentage. The first value is copied to first variable, and this value, second value is copied to the second variable. Now take a what? While loop. While fetch status equals to 0. Fetch status equal to 0. Begin. Then now, so like what do you want? Sir, this particular employee's salary should be incremented by this much percentage. This employee's salary should be incremented by this much percentage. Then tell me how. Update. Update what? EMP set salary equal to salary plus salary into at the rate PCT by 100. Salary into salary plus salary into at the rate PCT by 100. Understood na? Then. So the employee's salary is incremented by this much percentage. But which employee? Where employee number equals to at the rate EN. At the rate NO. First time this row. What is at the rate NO? 7369. What is the percentage? 10. So 7369 salary is incremented by 10. Completed. 7369 salary is incremented. But which table you have to update? EMP table or EMP hike? Huh? Which table you have to update? EMP table, not EMP hike. Salaries are not there in EMP hike. Salaries are there in EMP table. But information is there in EMP hike. Which employee salary should be incremented by how much? The details are there in EMP hike. But you have to update EMP table, not EMP hike. Understood? First employee is completed. Next, second employee. Then second employee. Then what? Second employee. Again fetch. Again fetch. So fetch statement. So this fetch statement fetches second employee. What that is? 749920. Condition true. Now 7499 salary is incremented by 20%. Fetch statement fetches third one. 7521. 7521 salary is incremented by 15%. Like this goes up to how many times? Depends on number of rows in cursor. Once completed, close the cursor, deallocate the cursor. That's it. Got it? That. So in previous, fetching the record from student table, and inserting the result into result table. Fetching one by one row from student table, calculating the total average result and insert into result table. You're fetching one by one record from what? Fetching one by one record from EMP hike table and updating the EMP table. Okay, na? Cursor. Fetching one by one row from previous, one by one row from student table, calculating, then insert into result table. You're fetching one by one record from EMP hike table, then updating the EMP table. Okay. Previous one insert is in loop. You're update in loop. Okay. Then. So create the table and test it. Then. So suppose this year this much. Next year what? Next year they don't need to change the program. Program remains same. Then they go to this table, update these values. Run the program. Update the values, run the program. That's all. Next. Suppose like one is asking, see, write a program, what? Write a program to display employee names as follows. Write a program to display employee names as follows. I want names to be like this. I want the names. Suppose I want something like this. Select start from EMP. Suppose then I want names to be like this. Smith, comma, Allen, comma, Ward, comma, Jones, comma, Martin, comma, like this. I want to print names like this. Sir, in table, how the names are in table? The names are row by row wise. But I want to print all the names in one row separated by comma. I want to print all the names in one row separated by comma. Then how? I want to print all the names in one row separated by comma. Then how? Now, let's say again, sir, get one by one name. See how to calculate the total salary. Like you just now we written. How you calculate the total salary? Get one by one salary. Get one by one salary, add it to the variable. Finally, what that variable contains? Total salary. Yet, how to get the names? Get one by one name, concatenate. Sir, if it is salary, then add it. If it is name, concatenate. Okay. So declare what? C1. Cursor for select what, sir? E name from EMP. Declare the cursor. Next, after declaring the cursor, next one, declare the variable. Declare at the rate what, sir? Name. varchar of 10. Declare S1. S is varchar of some 1000. Open C1. Cursor is open. Okay, na? Cursor is open. Then next. Fetch. Fetch what, sir? Fetch. Next from what? C1 into at the rate what, sir? Name. Next. While at the rate fetch status equal to 0. Then begin. Then okay, na? First time this first name is fetched. Smith. Smith is fetched. That is assigned to this variable. Next one. Concatenate this name to S1. S. What is this set? At the rate S equal to at the rate S plus at the rate what, sir? Name plus comma. Name is concatenated with S. For the first time, what is S? Nothing. First time, what is at the rate name? First time, S is nothing. First time, what is at the rate name? What is assigned to at the rate name? Smith. Smith is assigned to at the rate name. What about this condition? True. Now, what is S? Nothing. So, what is at the rate name? Smith. Smith is concatenated with comma. This whole thing is assigned to S. Now, what is S now? What is S now? Smith, comma. Next one. Second row. First row is completed. First name is completed. Add it to S. Get the second name. How to get? Again fetch. Fetch next from C1 into at the rate name. So this fetches second name. Second name. Second name is assigned to at the rate name. What is the second name? Alan. Condition true. Alan is added to S. What is S? Already S is what? Smith, comma. Smith, comma is concatenated with what? Alan. Alan is concatenated with comma. This whole thing is assigned to S. Now what is S now? What is S? Smith, comma, Alan, comma. Fetch statement fetches next name. What is the next name? Ward. What is condition true? What is concatenated with S? What is S? Smith, comma, Alan, comma, concatenated with S. What is S? Ward. What is concatenated with comma? Fetch statement fetches fifth one. Like this goes up to 14 times. Finally, what is S contains? All the 14 employee names separated by comma. Print S. Print at the rate S. Next one. Close C1. Next one. Deallocate what's it? C1. Okay. Then. So let me execute this. Not printing. Why? Where is the problem? Where is the problem? Not printing the names. First time S is what? First time S is null. Null is concatenated with Smith. Result is also null. First time S is null. Null is concatenated with Smith. Result is also null. Then initialize. Initialize single quotes open close. Single quotes open and close. So this is not null. This is empty. Empty string. Okay, na? This is empty string. Then so just assign initialize. Then you get Smith, Allen, Mott, Jones, Martin, Blake like this. But problem is last name also contains comma. Remove this comma. I don't need this comma. Then if you replace, all commas are replaced. How? Okay, na? Which one you want to replace? Replace is not suitable. Because if you use replace, what happens? All commas are replaced. Huh? So I want to remove only the last comma. How to remove the last comma? Substring. One is substring. Another one, sir, here there is a function. What's that? Stuff. Hello, welcome. Okay, na? Hello, welcome. String. 10 comma 4. Go. Okay, na? Stub function. Stub function. What is the string? Where you want to start? How many characters? Length. Next one. String. What is the actual string? Okay, where you want to start from? How many characters you want to replace? What is the meaning? Hello, welcome, 10 comma 4, go. This is my actual string. In actual string, starting from 10th character, 4 characters I want to replace. Starting from 10th character, replace 4 characters with go. What is the 10th character? C. What is the 10th character? C. Starting from 10th character, 4 characters replaced with what? Go. And you see that. Hello, well, go. Come is replaced with go. Understood, na? Okay, na? That. Stub function. Replace function, what? Replace is one string with another string. But here, what's it? It is not based on string to string. It is based on start and length. Starting from this character, this many character should be replaced with go. Starting from 10th character, these many characters replaced with go. This is a 10th character. So 4 characters replaced with go. Then now let's see, suppose then A comma, B comma, C comma, D. I want to remove last comma. Then last character, last comma. 8 comma 1. 8 comma 1 with null. 8 comma 1. What is the 8 comma 1 means? Last comma. Last comma is replaced with null. Let's see. A, B, C. Understood? Then now let's come to this one. What is that is? Print. When you are printing, what's that? Stuff. Then what do you want to replace? Last comma. You want to remove the last comma. Then where you have to start from? Len of. Len of at the rate s comma 1. Then null. Length means last character. Length comma 1 means last character. Last character is replaced with what? Null. Let's run this. Smith, Allen, Watt, Jones, Martin, like all the names, you see that. I want dot. Then replace with dot. Replace with dot. Then replace it with dot. Okay. Then. So what is this is doing? Concatenating the column values. What? Concatenating the column values. There is a column ename. Ename values are concatenated. Row we don't concatenate. Row different field values. We don't concatenate. Column contains same values. Okay. Then. Sir, here for this type of requirement, SQL Server is given a predefined function from 2017 version. In 2017 version, SQL Server is given a Predefined. Earlier, there is no predefined function. You have to write the code. But one predefined function is provided. What that function is? That function is, suppose, string, what's it? AGG, string AGG, ename, comma, comma, from EMP. String aggregator. String aggregator. What it will do? It will concatenate ename value separated by comma. It is a predefined function. So tell me what it is giving. All the names are concatenated, separated by comma. Sir, okay, na? So what is this is? This is what? What is this is? Predefined function. This is predefined. What is this is? User defined program. So what is that predefined function? String. What? Aggregator. Okay, then. So it is a system function, predefined function, a built-in function. Use it to concatenate what's it? Column values. A built-in function use it to concatenate column values. Okay. So string AGG, column name, comma, column name, comma, what's it? Separated. Example. So this is the query. You write query like this. So this query will concatenate ename values. What the output? Same output you'll get. Smith, comma, Allen, comma, Ward, comma, like Jones, comma, like this. Understood then? Next. Sir, I want department-wise names. This is the total names in the company. Yes. Total list, employees list in the company. I want department-wise employees list. Then I want department-wise employees list. This is total employees in the company. I want department-wise employees list. Then group by what's it? Department number. Group by department number. Here, department number as what's it? Names. Let me run this. So 10th department. This 3 employees belongs to 10. This 5 employees belongs to 20. This 6 employees belongs to 30. So what it is showing? Department-wise employee names. First grouping the based on department number. Group based on department number. Okay, na? First grouping the data based on department number. For each department, it will execute this function. Earlier, this function is executed on whole table. Now it is executed on each department. That's all. Okay, then. So what is my query? Display what's that? Department wise. Sorry, total list. Department wise what? Employee list. Employee names. Then so then you have to write the query like this. Sir, here actually, see, once again. Sir, table contains how many names? If you write ename, it returns how many values? 14 values. If we use string aggregator, then if we use string aggregator, how many values it returns? One string. The string contains a number of, but that is one string only. This is one string. It is not multiple strings. It is one string. Then this is making multiple strings into one string. Okay, na? Then like something like aggregate functions. Sir, 14 max function, 14 values returns one value. Sum function, 14 values returns one value. So like however aggregate functions works, the same way this function works. This function is also giving one value from 14 values. That's why this is called string aggregator. String aggregator. Okay. Then next 20. Yeah. Okay. Next. This is about cursors. Okay. Then what are the next one? Error handling. Error handling, or what's it? Exception handling. Then in every language, errors are three types. What are the three types? Syntax errors, logical errors. Next one, runtime errors. So syntax, logical, runtime errors. Huh? What? Syntax error, no. Logical error is different. Okay, no? Then. So, see, here, this is logical errors. Sorry. This is in syntax, compile time errors. Okay, no? Then. Sir, here, in every program, okay, na, there is a syntax. You have to follow the syntax rules. If you don't follow the syntax rules, you'll get some errors. They're called syntax errors. If you don't follow the syntax rules of the programming language, you'll get some errors, syntax errors. Example, you see that. See, this is what's it? This is the cursor program. Okay, na? Then, suppose into is missing. Into is missing. Then run this. Then you'll get incorrect syntax. Because fetch statement syntax, you have to use fetch statement like this. Fetch into variables. Then compulsory you have to use into. If you don't use into, then it gives error. From is missing. Then what it is gives error. When fetch is there from, you have to follow the fetch statement syntax. Suppose end is missing. Then incorrect syntax near C1. When begin is there, compulsory end must be there. So what is this is? All this is what's that? Syntax rules. You have to follow the syntax rules. If you don't follow the syntax rules, you'll get error, incorrect syntax. So they are called syntax errors. Okay, na? Then next. Sir, logical error. What? Logical error. So if logic of the program is what, sir? Wrong, then you'll get logical error. If logic of the program is what? Wrong, then you'll get logical error. Okay, then. Understood? Then. So suppose actually, for example, sir, here I had to give length comma 1. I had to give length comma 1, but I given 1 comma 1 by mistake. Then you'll get the correct output. Will you get the error? Will you get the error? Pass. Here, actually, I want to, there is a last comma. I want to remove the last comma. To remove the last comma, I had to give length comma 1. But by mistake, given 1 comma 1. If I give like this, will you get the error? No, you will not get the error. But you will not get the expected output. You will get incorrect output. S is replaced with null. Actually, last character should be replaced with null. But first character is replaced with null. Because of our logic. Here, what is wrong here? Logic is wrong. What these errors are called? Logical errors. If logic of the program is wrong. Okay, then But when logical errors, then it will not give the error, but it will not give the expected output. It gives incorrect output. So these errors are called logical errors. So errors which are raised during program execution are called runtime errors. Errors, see, sir, here, you're writing the program, clicking the execute button. Then tell me what happens. You write the program, click the execute button. First, what happens? Program is compiled. Next, program is executed. First, it will compile. Next, it will execute. If any syntax, see, then. So, first it will compile. Next, it will execute. Okay, na? Then. So, during the compilation, what it does? During compilation, it will check the syntax. Each and every line syntax. Fetch statement syntax, while loop syntax, begin, end, if condition syntax. It check the syntax of each and every line. If syntax is wrong, then you'll get some errors. They're called syntax errors. Syntax is okay. Syntax is correct. Then next what it will do? Execute. Syntax is okay. Next it will execute. But during the execution, if you get the error, then they are called what's that? Runtime errors. So first it will compile the program, next it will execute. During the compilation, if you get any error, they are called syntax errors. During the execution, if you get any error, that is called runtime errors. Okay, na? Then example, suppose what? Declare what's that? At the rate x any int. Set at the rate x equal to 1000. Print at the rate x. Print at the rate x. X tiny int, x equal to 1000. Print x. Then you're writing like this. Okay, na? Syntax is correct. Yes. So syntax is passed. Next, it will execute the program. First line is executed, second line is executed, but during the second line, it gives error. Because what is the data type you declare? 10 but it takes values up to 255. But given value is what? 1000. So exceed the size or not? Yes. Then what this statement throws? Error. What this error is called? This error is called runtime error. This error is called runtime. So errors, see, when this error is raised during the execution of the second line. When second line is executed, then error is raised. Understood, na? Then, sir, this value is not assigned to x at the time of compilation. When this value is assigned to x, this 1000 is not assigned to x at the time of compilation. This 1000 is assigned to x at the time of execution. At the time of compilation, it checks the syntax of set statement. Syntactically right or not. Suppose you're not given equal to by mistake, then syntax error. It checks the syntax during the compilation, and this value 1000 is assigned to x during the execution. Understood? Then. So then errors which are raised during program execution are called runtime error. What we are going to learn? You are going to learn how to handle this runtime errors. How to handle this runtime errors. That we'll see. So we'll see that in the next class, Monday. Okay.